Wait, is this a color? Yeah, it's the color. Wow, great. Anyway. Wow, great. Oh, that was the hard one? Wait, what? That was the gold files one?
I'm continually flabbergasted by the ability of us to get these gold files.
That was the hardcore, like, challenge mode, completionist puzzle.
Well, it's not like hardcore, it's just the hard...
The crazy... Wait. What even went into doing that puzzle?
Getting a memory card from the lion. We had to finish the bookshelf.
Wait, was the bookshelf puzzle the hard puzzle that it's optional? Is that the implication? Was the entire bookshelf
No, because you have
optional?
No, because you have to get it in order to get the card, and when you get the card, you have access to finding out the password.
Which password?
Just the password.
Wait, so was the hard puzzle just the bookmark?
Yes.
So finding the diary was the hard puzzle?
Yes.
Where was the diary from?
The case where it has the dice.
Wait, so the weight of the dice was the hardcore mega ultra hard challenge.
Yeah.
Otherwise the dice don't do anything?
Yes.
So there's an entire table for dice, an entire scale, and an entire chest in this room for that stuff, and all of that is optional.
Yes.
What the fuck is this world design? Anyway, sun, star, moon. I guess I'll just go ahead and open it. Stop! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Oh, you clicked on the books.
I know, but they won't stop talking. Fuck!
Could you stop? Like, just stop panic pressing.
Oh my god, it's a safe. Isn't that crazy?
Oh my god, it's not like we've been through fucking the goddamn timeline enough times. I'm surprised Sigma can keep us cool. If I had like memories of future timelines, we were like, that's a safe, Sigma, you can open it up. And I'd be like, I fucking know.
Well, it's because he never remembers any of the timelines. And also Sigma, like, doesn't remember shit that happened 5 minutes ago in his own timeline.
That's true.
As we've established.
Sigma's
oh my god, it's open. There's a gold file. Spoil things for us. Do it one last time.
Spoil things for us, daddy.
Spoil us, baby. That's 12. And yeah, the last one's 16. We're that close. The prisoner's dilemma!
What?
Wait.
Oh, because we're supposed to go to this route first.
Look how dumb some of these things are, though.
I mean, they're all awful.
The zeroth law of robotics. Excuse me?
Excuse me? Did you read the different book? Because I read this.
These first three are a joke. That one's probably a joke. That might be. These three are probably story important.
Yeah.
Prisoner's Dilemma.
Apple and banana. Could you not do that?
It's literally. Yeah, that's unreadable, but it's also literally a recap of the same thing we already did with the same apple and banana metaphor.
Oh, okay.
I've already done that.
This bomb uses energy generated from the collision of particles and antiparticles.
Yeah, that's the really long.
How does this work? Phi explains. You mean in the game? She explains.
Well, remember earlier when we had one that was literally just it was literally just their conversation written down.
Yeah.
Down to the point where it said Alice and Phi, Alice Phi talking to each other. Like, these were clearly these are super poorly implemented because they're clearly supposed to be like really cool lore and world building, but they couldn't come up with enough world building to put into the fucking 16 times 6 documents, which is a fucking lot of documents. So instead they gave up and just copy pasted information from other parts of the game, often from the future, and just threw them in there, and they don't serve any purpose.
That's exactly what I want. And
people keep saying to only read these things after you beat the game, but you would never do that.
Yeah, why would you?
The real answer is never read them, I guess, because you're they clearly want you to read them because they put them in here as a reward.
Yeah,
that doesn't make any sense. Everyone says that people keep claiming you're not supposed to read them because you're supposed to read them after you beat the game, but after you beat the game they're all completely redundant information you already know, so why would you reread them? It's not like, wow, that really recontextualizes that shit. It's like, no, that sure repeats the information I already had. There's no use case for these. They're insane.
It's no use. Detonator. We know about the detonator.
Yep, we know. Yep.
Yeah, and if it leaves Dio's body,
pressing the switch will activate the delay mode, where the bomb will explode 30 minutes later, which we've also established. Yep. Immediate and delay. Cybernetic arm.
A device originally created to weaponize genetically engineered psychic bears?
Psychic bears.
Excuse me, what?
Just kidding.
Just kidding, it's actually an arm augmented for online sex chat. Not really. In truth, it's an arm from a mysterious libido-powered robot.
It's the part of your brain that wants to do the fuck.
I'm just messing with you. A cybernetic arm is actually a mechanical limb that you can control with your mind. Really, it has titanium alloy for bones, and those are covered with ABT, or artificial biological tissue. The ABT even has artificial nerves, so you can feel pain through it just like a real arm. No, that's not how nerves work.
Who do you think has fake arms in this game? Let's do the guess.
It has veins that connect to the rest of your body, so if you inject medicine into a cybernetic arm, it will flow to the rest of your body.
That's not
Excuse me.
Why would you do that?
What? How?
That's how they have to make up the explanation for why it works on other people. That's why they have to come up with the explanation for why the bracelet kills you still, even when you have cybernetic arms.
Yeah.
If you were to guess somebody who have cybernetic arms, who would you guess in this party? There's not much to go on, I don't think. Especially since they work anyway, apparently.
It's either Tenmyoji or Dio.
They apparently even bleed?
Yeah.
They even bleed.
Well, they have veins. It has veins that connect to the rest of your body, so if you inject medicine into a cybernetic arm, it'll flow to the rest of your body. Wait, where is the cybernetic part? This isn't cybernetic, this is...
I think it's a cybernetic arm that's truly cybernetic, but they just, for some reason, continued your circulatory system into it, so that if you ever damage your cybernetic arm, you'd bleed everywhere. Like, I don't know why you would do that.
Yeah, if you have to get
it doesn't need blood, so I don't know why they introduced that.
Yeah, but if you...
Unless the part where it somehow is... it's controlled by your brain, which means it's attached to your nervous system.
No.
And maybe that somehow means you need to...
It's not, because look. It's covered with artificial biological tissue, even has artificial nerves, so they're not real nerves.
Wait, it's full of fake... they made fake body that requires... They made fake... they literally made a fake body on your arms that itself needs blood.
Yeah.
Which is, I guess, how you can control it? I guess it sounds like it's more like a clone arm than a cybernetic arm. I don't know if cybernetic's accurate. It might just be a clone arm.
Maybe that's what K has, which is why he's in a robot armor.
No.
So you don't notice his weird robot arms.
I'm trying to think of who has not had a reveal yet or something.
Tenmyoji.
No, Tenmyoji's secretly Santa.
Dio? Quark? Fucking Sigma? The goddamn Enigma over
Fuck
here?
it, yeah, I'll say Sigma. I'll go with Sigma.
Dumbass.
Sigma has robot arms. He doesn't know though, it's spooky.
That's why he looks so yoked.
That's why he looks so yoked, because they're fake arms. What?
He chose the big model.
What a bizarre... Okay, Luna's necklace.
The necklace Luna is never seen without has a cage containing a bluebird hanging from it. If you twist the key on the bottom, it plays music. Someone special gave it to her as a gift, and she says it reminds her of the following lesson. Search for happiness wherever you can, because the search itself is what will make you happy.
Wait, this is gonna be the Luna ending, isn't it?
Uh-oh.
And then Luna's gonna have cybernetic arms.
Oh shit, does Luna have cybernetic arms?
Yeah.
That would be awesome! Luna would be the best girl! She's part robot and beautiful.
3 laws of robotics.
No. The 3 laws of robotics are created by science fiction author Isaac Asimov and play a large part in his Robot series. They are as follows. A robot may not injure a human being or through interaction allow a human being to come into harm. A robot must obey the orders given to it by human beings, except where such orders would conflict with the first law. A robot must protect its own existence as long as such protection does not conflict with the first or second laws. Later on, Asimov also developed another preceding rule known as the Zeroth Law, which first appeared in his story Robots and Empire.
Thanks, Skeletor.
A robot may not harm humanity or by inaction allow humanity to come to harm. By inaction? So like, you can't sleep? Because what if humanity came to harm while you slept? That's stupid. Clearly the Zeroth Law has priority over the first 3, so the first law would have the unwritten addendum, except where this would conflict with the Zeroth Law, where whether or not 016 was aware of this law is unclear, but in any event, 016 did act in accordance with it. What?
016.
Yeah, you know.
Wait, is that guy 016?
No, the robot in the story, fool.
The one that we're about to learn about?
Yeah.
Do you think Luna's a robot? And that's why she's so nice? And won't hurt anybody? That's because her laws of robotics say not to harm anyone?
No, she's a cyborg.
How depressing would it be to find out that the only person that's nice in this game is because they're programmed to be nice? Because no humans are nice in the universe of Zero Escape?
I'd be so sad. I mean, I wouldn't care though, because Luna's still the best girl, even if she's not a real girl. Like, it's, I mean,
Let's see.
Look at our competition. Her competition is like shit. She's got to like compete
so we still
against.
have a scale and some dice that presumably don't do anything. We need to figure out where to screw drive and where to ink.
Oh, put the ink and the screwdriver together. No. Oh.
I got the cylinder out.
Oh, put the cylinder on the ink.
Put the cylinder on the ink and then on the paper.
Ah. And then on the paper. Just need to roll this across the paper. And there we go. Pattern transcribed. Where to go? Wait, where to go? Archive?
Yeah. I think this sounds like it should have been the gold file thing, because that was actually kind of clever.
Yeah, that was actually good. You want me to turn that into what? What? Wait, what do you?
6, 5, 2, 4, 1, 3.
Oh, the dice have to be set a specific way.
Yeah. You want?
Yeah, I'll write
a picture of that. Just take a picture, I guess.
Yeah, that's fine too.
That pretty much works. Just so I don't have to open it over and over again. Although I can, because when you open those mini games, you can access the archive directly.
Yeah.
So technically it works, but yeah. So we just have to program that in now. Sup. All right.
I guess I'll read it off to you.
This seems like it's harder than the other one.
It is.
All right. So what's this top one?
Blue.
What?
6.
I'm like, blue is not an option.
Well, it is. No, blue.
What?
Blue 6.
No. The thing we just got didn't have. The thing we just got doesn't have colors.
Well, I assume you have to put it based on the bookmark still.
I don't think so. Because just putting those colors in gave us the gold file.
That would be oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay.
If otherwise we'd convert. Otherwise it'd give us the gold file code if we put the colors in, right?
What if it gave us both?
Maybe, I don't know.
5 is to the.
This one?
Yeah,
is 5?
That one's 5. Oh my god, I'm so mad about that.
You should be. Anyway.
Why is that? Okay.
Let's do this
4.
middle one, I guess. Yeah. Wow, it's working out really well.
2.
Is it this one, the one that sticks out?
Mm-hmm. Nope.
It's not gonna work. Not yet. Oh, this is gonna be the most annoying shit. Alright. Alright. Not quite. This is like a sliding tile puzzle where I don't really know what the strategy is necessarily. I'm just kind of going for it. Actually, does it always have the same one up on the same side when I get there? No, there's gotta be a way to do it, right? Or maybe, or maybe taking a different one there would
take a different one. Take the 6. The 6 will do it.
Is it? I think it's always off at the same amount. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'll take one of the other ones.
There you go.
No.
Go back. No. Up. Over. Now do it. Nope.
Nope. Same thing as before. Let's face down.
Okay, now go over. Now bring it all the way to the. No. Go. Or go all the way up.
Just take the controller.
No, I don't need to do that.
You give literally nonsensical directions. Like you don't articulate anything. You just kind of are saying go place without and like.
Nah, damn
it's not a direction.
There you go.
Yay! Here, you do this puzzle. I hate it. I hate these kinds of puzzles so much. Like to the point where I refuse to learn how to do them correctly because I just reject the premise and they make me angry. Did it not work? Do you think it is color?
I think it is color.
5, 6, 4, 2,
1, 3. Yeah, it's color coordinated.
Wait.
That's every number anyways, so
6, 4, 1, 3, 6, 4, 1, 3, 2. Yeah, you think it has to also be the same color?
Which sounds like a gold file, honestly.
Yeah, wait, why is this so much harder then?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, do you know the colors? I assume? Because it's pretty easy to remember the colors. What the fuck? How is... Wait, how is... I don't understand how this is the not gold file route. This is so much harder. Do you think... Unless we're wrong... You know what this calls for, Andrew?
What?
Give me a second. It calls for...
Oh!
We need
Pray Dickinson.
We just need a moment of salvation. Anyway,
okay.
there you go. It's really weird being able to share a mouse.
I pray to him. We will do this properly.
We will do this properly.
It will.
We just needed a brief moment of freedom.
Freedom! Why is this the worst puzzle ever invented by humankind? Stop! Oh, this is way better. This is way better. Holy shit. Look at that.
Wait,
you can just use the number pad?
Wait, the numpad works?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's so much easier.
Wait, oh, you can just like click on it once? Oh wait, hang on a second. Let me try something real quick.
Okay.
Oh shit, the D-pad works.
Well, what the fuck?
I'm so sorry.
Come on, man, what the fuck?
I am so sorry.
Salty ass bitch.
You got
found out how to do something easy. You gotta fucking make me do it again.
Sorry.
Piece of shit. God damn.
I pressed A to select the dice, so naturally it felt naturally to like press B to unselect the dice.
God damn. What I ever do to you, shit, man?
This whole game needs a "Are you sure?" whenever you try to leave a mini game.
Fucking whole lot.
I've never wanted an "Are you sure?" harder in any game than this game's mini games when it lets you leave in one button press. I'm Satan. Sorry, I got distracted.
Fucking game. Why am I even here? Fuck. Could you get out of the... Shut the mate. There you go.
I'm a good friend.
Yeah, that's what good friends do. Make them redo shitty 999 puzzles.
This isn't 999.
Whatever.
Oh my god, that really was the answer.
No.
Wait, do you think it gave you the gold one? Did you do it wrong?
Give me the gold one again.
God damn it! It really... What do you think we're doing wrong?
What the fuck? Wait.
Do you think you need to like... I mean, we are looking at it correctly as far as I can tell.
I am looking at it correctly.
Wait, hang on a second. I'm gonna back out real quick. I have an idea.
Okay.
I need to double check something. Where's the... Oh wait, no, never mind. It's an archive, huh? Mm-hmm. Never mind. If it was an item in my inventory, I was gonna rotate it to see if both sides were fully inked.
Oh.
It might be backwards or something.
Yeah.
But no, it's in the archive. There's no way to misinterpret it. And all that's in our inventory is 3 dice and a weight, so that's...
But you did it...
That whole thing's over.
But you already did it before, so why isn't that... What the...
Yeah, what are we doing wrong then?
Fuck? So if I just throw them in here wildly...
How is the normal one harder? I don't understand how that happens. I believe in you, Andrew. You can do it. Did you put the last one on in the wrong direction or something?
Yeah, I put it on as 4.
So that's why you were panicked, because you knew it was going to be wrong already,
yeah,
because it wasn't the right number.
Yes.
What a nightmare.
Quit playing games with my heart. Damn it. Damn it. I'm bad at spatial awareness.
So I'll admit I just looked something up because I had to know if I was a fucking insane person or not.
Yeah.
So the way to get the escape password is to make the colors and the pips match each other. And the way to get the secret file password is to only make the colors match.
Wait, I have to make the colors match for this?
No. Yeah, you do. Weren't you already trying to make a match a moment ago?
Well, yeah, but then I fucking clicked the green on the wrong one, and it's...
Exactly, because you could, if any of the pips are wrong, then you get the other password.
Oh my god!
Yeah, so I just confirmed this. So yes, to be confirmed for the audience here, the escape password is harder than the secret file password. Because the secret file password is just make the colors match, and the escape password is make the colors and numbers match, which is both obviously harder because of the extra level of matching, but also it's additionally harder because if you make the colors match at any point, it'll eject you out and give you the secret password instead of the escape password. This is so stupid and nonsensical. I can only assume this is actually a mistake in the game, right? It has to be a mistake. They literally mixed them up, right? There's no way that's on purpose.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
I'm pretty sure they literally mixed up the 2 passwords and how to get them. And that this is supposed to be how you get the gold file. There's no way. It's so much harder. Not only the puzzle solving part, but the fact that like at any moment, if you just slightly put it in position wrong, you lose. like you're gonna have to be next level careful with like the last dice you put in place.
That's why I was like, I was so close to getting 3, and I was like, oops, I did it.
Yeah, it'll instantly make you start the whole puzzle over if you put it in and it's not face up on the right one. Because what's next level crazy is that there's no confirm button in this one. It just instantly
just like the moment,
yeah, the moment it's right for any purpose, even if it's the purpose you've already solved before, it'll just immediately fail you by succeeding you, and then you have to start over. Oh, this game is so well made. It feels play tested. My favorite part is how play tested it feels.
And people are like, why does it take so long to play 999 again? Just hurry up and get through them all.
Why don't you just go straight from Zero Escape to 999? I mean 999 to Zero Escape. It's not like this takes an emotional toll. As it slowly wears you down with its insanity.
This is like the most abusive game I've ever played.
Remember in 999 when they didn't know what the word hint meant? That was my favorite part of 999, is when they didn't know what the word hint means. And so there's 2 puzzles that are literally unsolvable unless you press the hint button, in which the case the entire puzzle is do that. Remember the brain scan?
Yeah.
Which wasn't a puzzle?
Yeah.
Like the brain scan one wasn't a puzzle. There was no like thing to solve. It's just you press the hint button and you make it look like that. And then you won. That's the whole puzzle.
Keith, they just don't understand English like we do.
It's okay. They just had years to potentially revise it when they made their re-release, and they still didn't fix it. Or the re-release, I will remind you, they changed puzzles to make them work for the single screen, but they still didn't fix the ones that didn't make any sense. Or I guess no, that was a mistranslation or whatever that was added in this version, because originally there was no hint because it was just 2 screens. And he made one screen look like the other screen. That was the whole puzzle. But for us, they had to press a button to toggle between the 2 screens because they don't think you can fit 2 screens on one screen for some reason. And then...
Correct!
You did it? Yay! It's psych gold file. It seems to not do it if you do it twice. We've done it, Andrew. Anyway, that was a nice, healthy rant I got to go on, or just repeat our old complaints again.
I'm glad you got it out of your system, because...
Yeah, star!
I think there's a different password.
Excuse me, I think I'm having a seizure.
Done it, Andrew. We've escapade.
I just look. I don't want to keep beating a dead horse, but like
you can't not beat a dead horse when you're playing one game for 50 hours. Is the problem?
That's almost 60.
Everyone's like, why do they repeat themselves? They're really beating a dead horse, but it's like fucking. What do you talk about besides the thing that's happening to you? And like, it just keeps happening.
For my thing, I don't want to keep beating a dead horse, but like you guys are wrong. Like this game isn't good. Like,
I don't want to beat a dead horse, but you're wrong.
It is like I keep saying you guys are like fans of this game are incredibly wrong about the quality of this game.
Here's the rule about how not voting kills you.
Yeah, whatever. And people keep saying like it's a good game.
We got to do one of the timelines where we get that.
It's a fucking masterpiece classic, and I'm like, for who? The creator?
Insane
like,
people.
You can't.
I mean, he's happy that he got some money.
Yeah, I'm glad he fucking got
years developing sequels.
Like, you can't put this on your resume,
Time
right?
for a 3, 2, 1. I mean, he has and does.
I know, because he keeps getting stupid.
Yeah, when he goes to talks,
games.
he's credited as the Zero Escape writer.
Not only that, he has a new game coming out, which is more insulting. It's like, how did you not figure this out?
We're on the map.
3 games, and you couldn't figure out maybe not let this guy be in the industry anymore.
We've escaped the puzzle, Andrew. Now I get to go back to the normal game. Oh,
which is the actual misery.
Oh, shit.
The escape rooms are bastions of solitude.
I'm surprised. Wow, we're like an hour in.
Yeah.
I am shocked that took an hour. It felt like we did 2 puzzles.
Yeah, we did do 2 puzzles, but it had a lot of writing down.
Let's see.
Remember, we had to write down for the books, and we had to write down for the dice.
Was there a single puzzle in the entire room where I had to intuit a solution?
Intuit?
As in like, oh wow, like an epiphany. That's what they mean.
Wait, you or the character?
Me.
I mean, you just did the screwdriver in the music box and then the ink on the roller.
I guess that was the cleverest thing. Yeah. That was the one escape roomy clever thing I did was the music box.
Yeah.
Everything else in the game, I was like, we literally picked up books. I'm like, hey, look, it's where you file the other books. They even named the other book on the back of this book.
Yeah.
And immediately I'm like, that's what you do with it. I just need to figure out the system the game uses for it. And then literally like the scales, like, oh look, you weigh the dice to figure out the combination. Like it's literally like the first thing I thought for each thing, and then it was just grunt work for an hour. That's not great for an escape room.
No.
Is this another warehouse?
Oh,
yes, this whole conversation. Wow, yes, that graffiti. Memento Mori.
That isn't how you spell
Yep, that isn't how you spell it. You're right.
What does it mean?
What does it mean?
I like redoing this conversation.
Luna, honey, if I could understand what any of this game meant, I wouldn't be working in this industry.
Yeah, but there isn't a...
Yeah, this one, because this one's sealed closed.
Isn't it sealed the same way the other one is, just without the 9 written on it?
Without the way of opening it?
Yeah.
I think they might have mentioned that... I think they mentioned before that it's welded, but maybe not.
Yeah, I think they...
Whatever it is, it's closed. Oh my god, now they're talking about the doors. Alright. Oof. This kind of dialogue should definitely be stuff that qualifies as skip, which it doesn't, unfortunately.
Suddenly the voice of the announcer echoed through the warehouse.
Thanks. You're welcome for saving you all time, by the way. Now Dio's opened the door. Oh my god, why would somebody open the door? That's crazy.
I think that's the worst part, is that it's Dio every time.
Yeah, just like how it's Quark every time, and it's Alice every time.
You think, again, this is one of the things where you're like, I thought morphogenetic fields were real, and like Sigma doesn't remember that Dio's a piece of shit every timeline and doesn't just run down there. It's like, Dio, look, I need you to stop being a piece of shit.
Dio.
Yeah.
So you're welcome, audience, for saving you 10 minutes just now by skipping all that. Because fuck, that was all redundant stuff we've seen before.
Yep.
Every single part.
Keith, it's part of the game.
It's part of the authentic, immersive experience. I feel immersed in being Bill Murray right now and looping forever.
I'm like Bill Murray, but not having a fun time.
I wish I had Bill Murray's montage powers of directing.
I wish I had Bill Murray's comedy sense.
Bill Murray didn't have the montage powers. He had to live through it, which is why I kept learning new skills and shit.
Learning new skills. Didn't he literally at one point drive a golf cart with a gopher off a cliff?
He learned how. He learned how to ice sculpt.
He learned how to do a million things.
Yeah. So he was doing the long way, but I don't want to.
I think he also killed himself like every available way he possibly could.
What's rough is this game's making us do the full Bill Murray where we live it.
No, we aren't. I mean, maybe you are. I'm not. I'm like.
All right, let's. Yeah.
What the hell is this? Why'd you open one of the AB rooms before the rest of us got back?
Alice and I haven't done anything.
Dio apparently felt he didn't need to wait.
Yes, I do have a problem.
Why? I don't remember saying anything about waiting until everyone got back to open the 8B rooms.
The dialogue was so identical, I tried using skip. I thought it might actually be the same dialogue.
Are you kidding me?
I think it is, though.
It is. We didn't talk about it because we thought it was common sense.
We were able to get back quickly, but the others could still be stuck somewhere.
This is literally the same dialogue. Why is it not skippable? Weird.
Because no sooner were the words out of her mouth. Oh, we don't even tell them about the note?
Oh, thank goodness.
I guess the difference is that Luna's here this time, so that means it's new dialogue.
I guess.
You're all here.
Did something happen?
Yes, the Quark thing. Okay, let's press A for a bit. Quark collapsed again after we realized.
You should go. Oh no.
Oh yeah, we just did the scene last timeline. This has to be the same scene, right?
I wish that I could just stop playing the game.
Come on.
God, it's the same thing.
There we go. Now it's skipping. Oh yeah, we've escaped. Yeah, you do the scan. We escaped the room, Andrew. The room was story.
In the archives, no, that was just piles and piles of book and paper. Nothing even remotely like medicine there.
What about you, Kay? Was there? I'm terribly sorry. There was nothing of the sort, and plenty of vegetation. Oh god.
They're just saying whether they found the medicine or not. Oh, still can't skip?
Look, just to be sure, where did the three of you go?
The pantry. There was tons of food everywhere, but Excelivir? Nothing.
It's the only reason it's new dialogue is because everyone's in different rooms.
Temio just slumped over or whatever.
Skip it. There we go.
Oh, he's back.
I know it's gonna let me skip again. We just have to get past the tiny variable change. I like the shaking screen.
Oh, no. Alice is infected too?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
It's the timeline we just did.
It's great, because I hate it.
She's literally always infected or dying in like every timeline.
No one here, huh?
Now we're looking for Alice again, but we checked different rooms.
Damn, where did she go? She's in the fucking garden.
No point
complaining. Just need to look somewhere else. Skip?
Yeah, I think so.
Skip?
I'm kind of skipping through it, but manually.
Skip it, Keith!
Well, the skip doesn't work, so I'm kind of manually skipping it.
I know.
Because it doesn't seem worth reading.
I'm just yelling.
And I gotta get
Just
through
trying
this.
to entertain myself.
I know.
Please.
Wake
God.
me up.
Wake me up!
That's how we usually entertain ourselves in these moments, is saying that.
can't wake up.
Leave me. We just gotta pick a song to sing, and we can just power through it.
How did this happen to me? I made a mistake.
I actually don't know the words.
Can't go on. It's just fading away. Why am I doing this, Keith? I could have just not. I could have
That
been.
was the saddest rendition of that. You didn't even care enough to enjoy the song. You just are angry. I would swallow my
do you want me to do it,
pride.
like-
I would choke on the ride.
do it, like, in a different style?
Like they're awfully empty inside.
Do it in like
I would swallow
country
my
style. How did this happen to me?
faith in that thing.
Oh, I made a mistake. Oh, I can't go on. I just faded away.
Man, flashback to Quark from a second ago in case
Wow.
you forgot.
I forgot about that.
I like when they have flashbacks to the same session of reading we just did.
Back to back.
Like it wasn't separated by like a timeline or an AB room or
Yeah.
a puzzle room, but like it's just the same novel section. We'll flash back to previously in that novel section.
You know what?
In case we already forgot.
I'm gonna start imagining that these are just water slides. Whee! It's just like whee! Got the gardens.
It's Magic Mountain.
I literally feel like
Really slow Magic Mountain.
feel like I'm dying. Every timeline is the same timeline, but worse.
If you start to untie my
What?
sweater, whoa, whoa, whoa.
I don't think we ever looked at the giant fans.
Pull my thread as you walk away.
I guess she's not here?
No.
Oh, okay.
Start to unravel. I'll soon be naked, lying on the floor.
I don't
Lying
even
on
know
the
what
floor.
you're singing anymore.
I've come undone. I need to come to more depressing 90s songs, so I did
90s
the Sweater Song by Weezer.
Oh,
You don't know that song?
no.
Really?
I like Weezer's very hit or miss because I like listened to some songs
I know a lot of the
and
first
then
4 albums of Weezer.
Oh, I know
Then
about-
recently I looked at their wiki. I'm like, oh, they have like twice as many albums as I'm aware of,
Yes.
because I just kind of stopped when they did the one with the dog on the cover.
I don't even like. I think I have.
They did that song. If you're wondering if I want you to, I want you to, and it sounded like such a shitty like Tarzan the movie Disney song.
Yeah.
where I was like, I quit this band.
I quit this band.
Like it was such garbage Disney Channel music. I was like, what happened to you?
I mean, they tried a different
It's like
thing.
the time where they hit the part of the Green Day like I was cool with Green Day all the way through American Idiot and 21st Century Breakdown, and then they did the song that was like, oh love, and the song was called Oh Love, and all he does is say oh love a lot, and the song ends. I'm like, what is this album?
Well,
Hey, we
what's
found
happening?
Alice.
Is she dead?
I'm glad that even when you're button mashing through it, that segment's like 10 minutes long because of the fucking map sequence. Yeah, this is the one where she kills herself.
Alice.
Yeah.
First thing I saw when I stepped through the door was the blossom of red on her chest.
By the way, you know we're gonna get shit when the videos come up where we start seeing Alice die for the first times, which I don't think has happened yet, and people are like, obviously she killed herself because it's Radical 6. You guys are being stupid for accusing Dio and all that other stuff, but like, they should be accusing Dio was the problem.
Yeah.
Because like they're like, hey look, it's the murder weapon, and then Dio's like, I have the murder weapon. Whoops. Forget about that. And then like the murder happens, and then we just forget he had the thing that was at the murder. So actually, that was specifically when it was Luna though.
Yeah, when Luna died.
Luna would just be dead with Dio's murder weapon next to her, and no one accuses him of murdering. And it's like, what? Oh no, it's like this grief is like being punched.
Can you skip?
I'm so sad about the dying.
Yeah.
No, I can't skip.
It went to auto.
No, it didn't.
Oh.
Well, auto's not skip.
Oh,
Auto
right.
means it'll just keep auto proceeding.
Right.
It's good for the voice acting, but bad for the part where the game has not voice acting,
Yeah.
which is the problem. I would auto if Sigma was voiced. Except not really, because then we couldn't talk ever.
Yeah.
Oh my god, she's dead, and death hurt me like a hole in the chest. Oh. Meanwhile, in the ghost house. I can't... I literally can't think of the dumb dialogue about like them every time a Zero Escape protagonist re-experiences death again without thinking in terms like, meanwhile in the ghost house, the ghost had the sexiest butt.
You know what? At least like,
have you seen that series? Have you seen that? The fucking the film cow series about the ghost house.
Yeah.
Why are their butts so sexy? Oh no. Wait, it's over!
What? Oh my god. Wait, flowchart me.
Flowchart me! I'm actually confused.
Wait,
wasn't there another branch in that timeline?
I wasn't paying attention. What happened?
Wait, what was the branching? What was the branch in that timeline? Did we make a decision?
Wait.
Oh, it's a question mark game over. But we have that question mark already?
That question mark.
Wait, what happened?
Wait, what happened?
Where did Alice go? Oh no.
Oh, we don't know where she went. We didn't find her in time, so she died. She bit the dust.
But I didn't pick anything, did I? I didn't make a single decision, did I?
No, but I think we find out in a different timeline where she
maybe
goes.
We did now. Maybe just forgot to check. Maybe just forgot to check. Like.
No, wait, no, what? No, wait, what? No, that can't. Wait. Wait, what? Are you fucking with me?
We just remembered the same timeline. We just remembered the timeline that we just replayed the same timeline, and now we know where.
That doesn't make any sense. You can't just relive a timeline.
You can.
He just went. No. He went forward in time and then went back in time to the same timeline.
What's happening is we're redoing this. We're redoing the same timeline again. And so when we redo the same path, we're just like, we've done this before. And
we haven't, because that's...
So we just undid the whole search by remembering where she was.
But then we wouldn't have went through the search. No.
So what's happening here, Andrew, is we're doing the equivalent of like when the rats keep dying in the same path over and over and over again, then remember not to go that way. We literally did the same path again, but this time we remembered the thing we learned from that thing. So we just did the purest version of the original example of the rats. And that we redo the same timeline, but then we remember the thing and learn from it.
What's that meme where it's like the person slapping a button really hard and it's like doing an intense like shake on the picture?
Yeah, we should read this because this is actually the new.
I feel like I need to do that and go, that's not how time works. Like you cannot have a linear timeline with multiple time branches and then go like, but also you can redo a linear timeline with the information from that linear timeline that you have, but now...
So what's going on here is this technically does not break how they do time. It makes the flowchart's language contradict how they do time, which doesn't necessarily mean we're contradicting how they do time.
It's just...
What we're doing here technically is a separate branch. That's just not shown as a separate branch.
Yeah, then show it as a separate branch, you asshat. That's why you have a flowchart.
Andrew, that's every question mark. Every single question mark would be a second branch, technically. They just don't show it that way.
How did this happen to me?
It's not completely wrong.
It's not wrong. It's just poorly written. Or not poorly written, but the flowchart's
Let me explain. Every question mark is technically a separate branch in the timeline.
Okay.
But that's not the purpose the flowchart serves. A branch in the flowchart, when it branches, means you can make a different choice. But we can't make a different choice because all we're doing is unlocking the alternate version of this timeline.
So
this technically works how every other question mark works, which is some piece of information makes it so you can click on the same thing and then suddenly you can do a different thing. Which is how all the other question marks have worked when they turn from black to green. But it's just that this time we've experienced this timeline before.
Yeah,
specifically.
But like that's the thing is that all the other ones are information you get from a different timeline that is useful in a different timeline. But this one is the same timeline. Which why then did we have to go through that timeline to find her dead anyways? Because we would have already known about that timeline.
Well, that's the bigger plot hole.
The time doesn't work that way. Like that's what I'm saying.
Well, no, we can. The way they did it, where you find the information by experiencing this timeline, and then you redo that decision, but then you know that information already, that's fine. It is a weird plot hole that we don't just already know she's there from the 5 other times she's died there.
Well, that too.
Because she dies. That's the real confusion. Is why don't all of those function as unlocks?
Yeah, but also
because they want us to replay the same one.
But if we've already done this timeline, which we've done now, then it stands to reason that there is no timeline where we haven't done that timeline, which means why did we go through and get a game over if we've already done the timeline?
I don't see a problem with that.
There's a huge problem with that. You have to make a diverging path then. You have to say you ran to a dead end and then...
It is a diverging path. The diverging path is black question mark versus green question mark.
No.
it turned into a green one. That's how they show those. They've done that this entire game. It's not a contradiction.
No, but what I'm saying is that every other green question mark requires information from a different timeline.
Yes. But
this is the only one that requires it from this same timeline.
That doesn't make it a contradiction of a rule, though.
But
just because they haven't done it before doesn't mean that that's how it has to be.
But the problem is, because you do it that way, it makes literally no sense why you had to go through the original route when you would already know that information. We had to go through the original route to learn the information, and then we click on it again. But then we're here now, which means we've gone through the original route.
Yes.
But then why do we go through the original route? Because we've already gone through that route. Do you see the loop in the time problem?
Because the first one has to happen.
But the first one can't happen, and then you go back to the first one.
The original example of a Nonary game was a rat dying over and over again in the wrong path, and then.
But it wasn't the same rat.
I think it was.
No,
actually.
They were different rats.
Were they all different rats? Because that contradicts the entire premise.
The point was it was morphogenetic fields.
If that's we know that's not how it has to work, though, because if it worked that way, they'd have to send 500 hordes of children to die just so the last one finally lives.
No. This is why it works, is because what you're doing is when you keep sending the rats, they're slowly communicating through morphogenetic fields about the mistake of that timeline over time.
But they're not timelines. In the rat example, if you're saying they're all different rats, they're not even timelines. Those are just previous rats.
No, because there's other rats in other timelines that are doing the same thing.
No, that's just different rats.
No.
In the same timeline. It has to be the same rat if it's different. If it's the different timelines of the rat.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the guy just kept doing rats every 5 minutes. Here's another rat. That's not a Nonary game.
The explanation was that.
I mean, that's not a morphogenetic field use.
The explanation was that he took a rat, put it in a maze, and the rat went directly to the right solution instantly. Because there were other rats in other timelines who all failed, and then used morphogenetic field to communicate.
Are they
to
different
that
rats or not?
No.
You're being unclear.
They're the same rat.
So they're all the same rat in different timelines, right?
Various timelines.
Exactly. So the rats that die have to happen.
Yes.
Which is why we played the one that loses.
But you're
literally wrong.
No, but you can't.
Your objection doesn't make any sense.
You can't. When the rat dies, it doesn't get the chance to go back in time and then redo it again.
But you just said they're all the same rat.
Yes, but they're in different timelines.
Okay, you're making a mistake here. The mistake you're making is the idea that Sigma is going back in time. He's not. We're playing all the different Sigmas.
I'm aware, but the problem is this timeline specifically, we followed through with it, got to the end where she's already dead, but then we're doing the same timeline again, but this time we know the information from the time on the same timeline that we failed.
The whole premise of morphogenic fields. You're not making any sense.
No, look, okay,
You're not articulating a thing that's actually...
I know, because it's hard to articulate fucking time shit. So let me show you. So 1, 2,
He's now
3,
drawing.
4, 5. There's 5 rats, all right? Take 5 rats. They all go through the maze.
But you first be clear. Are they the same rat in different timelines?
They're the same rat in different timelines.
Okay.
All right?
Yes.
You get me?
Yes.
All right.
The moment you draw one of them making the mistake shows that's why we did this.
No.
We played the one making the mistake, then we played the one that does it right.
All different timelines, all right? This is what Sigma did. Sigma, on the other hand, based on this flowchart...
We played different Sigmas in different timelines.
No, shut your fucking mouth.
We did. We're currently playing a different Sigma.
Go to the flowchart.
That knows the information from the other one.
Go to the flowchart.
I explained to you why the flowchart doesn't work that way.
It does.
I told you the flowchart isn't the timelines. The flowchart is visual novel logic.
But it's supposed to be timelines.
The branch... No, it's not. That's never been said. The flowchart doesn't exist in universe. The flowchart is something we use to navigate the game. They never established rules of that being how it works specifically.
Then how the fuck is this working?
The flowchart's how we navigate the structure of the game itself. So, Sigma does not consciously jump around the flowchart. That's not a thing that happens.
I thought that's the point.
Every single branch is a Sigma timeline that they all exist, and we're just experiencing all of them.
So this is all linear.
Yes, basically. I don't know what you mean by that exactly, but every single timeline of Sigma doing everything does happen, and us playing the visual novel is us playing each Sigma that does each branch.
We're playing each Sigma.
Yes. But
so there's multiple
they're all
Sigmas and
different
multiple
Sigmas.
timelines.
Every timeline Sigma is different.
Okay.
Because as I said before, Phi's idea of hopping timelines is literally wrong.
Then how did we get to the conclusion?
That's her hypothesis based on not knowing what Ace knows and everything, and just making shit up as her interpretation of what she's experiencing.
Then how...
We are playing every rat.
We have to play every single Sigma.
Every single rat that dies, so that eventually one Sigma happens to live by morphogenetically field psychically getting all the information.
But the problem here is that instead of there being 5 rats going down through the same path, and then one of them succeeding because the other 4 died, and it learned from that mistake, it's just one Sigma going down one timeline and then reaching the conclusion. There's never any divergence. It's always...
I don't understand what you're saying.
I'm saying that Sigma woke up this morning, was in an escape room, and perfectly made it all the way out with everyone surviving.
After all the other ones...
No.
No, I mean, I don't mean after as in time, because they all exist in different universes. I'm saying, yes, one of them just gets up and just succeeds because of the information of all the other ones combined. That's the premise of the franchise. Did you not get that?
No, the thing I'm not getting is I don't understand.
I don't understand any of your objections.
Because
I don't get it.
Because the flowchart makes it seem like every single decision you make comes up with a new branch of time, which makes sense based on the logic that they throw, which is the idea that every choice creates a new timeline.
Yeah, you have to divorce the two.
But
I mean, it's true. It's true. You have to accept that every book icon is also a timeline branch, because every time we get to the failed version of the book, a different thing happens than the good version of the book. That's been true every single time. There's always been 2 outcomes at each book, right? You remember that?
Yeah.
The black book, bad ending, green book, good ending of each book icon has always been a branch, even though it's not shown as a branch.
No, but here's the problem.
And that's because the branch is every place where you make a choice.
Yes, but most of the time, not most of the time. Every time that the book shows up, it stops you dead in your tracks.
Which it did.
No.
It did.
No.
Stop. It kicked us out, and it was like, you lose.
It didn't. What it did was it showed us the end of that timeline. The other ones don't do that. The other ones, what happens is when you reach the book, it stops mid-conversation. Just right there. Stops. And then it says, you gotta come back. You see what my point is? So, like, remember when we betrayed Phi and we went to the dead end? Remember, we didn't betray Phi, she betrayed us, she escaped.
That's a skull.
That's a skull.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not a
and then
book.
we did a different route, which then had a book there in that route, which because we had to do that other route, we had to get that skull first. But the problem is if you don't have the skull, the moment that the book thing comes up, it stops everything, stops it. There's no dead end that comes after. It stops it right there, cuts the game, and goes, come back later. This didn't do that.
What did it do?
It showed Alice being fucking dead, and then it put a book in front of us and said, okay, now do it again. There was no skull. That's the problem.
Why is that a problem? None of the other books have skulls.
There has to... No.
The skulls are separate from the books.
But the problem is that the books require you to have information that you gain from going through an ending.
Yeah.
This one didn't have an ending.
Actually, no.
Yes.
They don't require endings.
Well...
They just require some piece of information from somewhere. Which doesn't have to be a different place. It could be the timeline from the same place.
It's never done that before.
But that's the original example of the experiment. The rat.
But it never did it in any capacity in 999 or this game.
You're allowed to do different things. It's not a contradiction or anything.
But keep it consistent. Every fucking book has been consistent.
That's the premise of like having a reveal or really doing anything inventive with a story at all, is to not do literally the same thing every time.
No,
and it's not a contradiction of the rules, so it's not that it's inconsistent.
It feels like a contradiction.
It's just a different storyline happened. Because it's not like it was a massive problem. It was the first thing I did was, hey, let's click on this again. Hey, look, it worked.
No, but I'm saying...
It's not like it set us back because it was some opaque, crazy thing.
But I'm saying that it gave us a game over.
Yes. Which happens every time we hit a black book.
Yes. But... when we click back into this book, she's not dead yet.
Yes. What is the
problem is it cut us off at the book.
What
cut
is the
off,
problem?
The problem is the book cutoff point should be when she's already dead.
No.
Why?
Because that's not how it ever works.
It always works at the point where you
every
fuck
single
up.
time we hit a black book, we're like, oh fuck, we're fucked. And then you go back and you're like, oh shit, we can fix it now. Like, there's always a branch.
But it's in the
There's always a thing, there's always a failure state in each book that is not experienced when you then do the green version.
But it's always like mid-conversation that it cuts. Where it says like, I don't know the solution to this puzzle, or I don't know the answer to that question, so it cuts. And then when you go back with the solution, it's just in the middle of that conversation.
So?
The problem here is that someone's already died.
But that doesn't contradict any rules.
It just doesn't make any sense that we would see someone die in one timeline and then go back.
The idea that you rewind slightly more doesn't contradict any rules anywhere.
It's just... It's confusing, I guess, then. It's very confusing.
Why does Sigma's point of success and failure in two different timelines have to happen at the exact time? Why can't his success happen slightly sooner than his other failure that was caused from his lack of information?
I wouldn't have a problem if his...
I still don't understand what your problem is.
My problem is because his information is coming from the same fucking timeline.
But it's not the same timeline, as we've established. I've explained why.
I know, but I'm saying that, like, based on the flowchart, it looks like the same fucking timeline.
And I've explained how that works.
I know, and that's my... The problem is I cannot fucking wrap my head around a fucking timeline when the timeline isn't based or isn't being represented in the flowchart that I'm using to jump around time.
But it is represented.
But it's not!
It's represented by the question mark being the one way or another.
Then the information he has, we should have already had, because we've already witnessed fucking Lotus die in that same position, in that same way,
I agree
in multiple timelines.
I agree that it's silly that you have to get it exactly this version to happen.
That's the problem! Like, why is it from this timeline? It should be from other timelines where we've already seen her die that way.
Because they wanted to go with the gimmick of, hey, I experienced them. This person's lost. I couldn't find them. I finally found them, but it was too late. So then you rewind, you're like, oh shit, but I now know what they are. Technically, the other times she has died have been slightly different scenarios, so she could have gone somewhere else, but no, she didn't.
But she always died, and we found her body in the same fucking place.
Yeah, which I acknowledge that at like the first minute of this conversation, but you've had a half an hour of additional problems. I'm still trying to figure out what those are.
But the problem I'm having is just the fact that it's the information's coming from the same flowchart line. I guess I'll call it, because it's not a timeline, so it's the same flowchart line.
Yeah.
That's the problem I'm having, is that it doesn't make sense.
But I've explained to you what it means. And I don't understand. Like, do you not understand?
I don't understand.
Don't you understand at this point?
I just don't get why you couldn't just represent the fucking timeline through the flowchart. Why wouldn't the flowchart be representing the timeline that's happening right now? Why would the flowchart just be a fucking flowchart to be a fucking flowchart? It should be the fucking time that we're going through. So every fucking failure should have a dead end on the flowchart.
I think that would just make it more confusing to navigate. Or it'd have like twice as many skulls.
Which is fine.
I guess it'd have twice as many skulls.
Yeah, which is fine. You could have more skulls.
Because every single lock would have to just be a skull.
You
just have a separate branch.
You just have a little off branch to the side, just boop, boop.
Yeah, they could have a vertical line that ends at a skull, and then at the very end it branches off.
And if that happened, I would have no issues. Because we've gone to a different fucking time.
So ultimately, this entire argument was that you don't like a symbol to use.
No, because I'm confused by the flowchart. Confused me, making me think that we literally just jumped backwards in time. It feels like all we did was we went forward in time and then went like, oh, she's already dead. Oh well, and then we just pulled a fucking like time travel backwards, and we were just like, whoop, 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 and then we showed back up. We're like, hey, we know where she is now. Let's go.
I mean, on the screen is how it went for him, which is that he was here and he didn't know where she was, and then boom, he had the vision.
But then,
which like the screen right now shows how he got the information.
I know, but then the first time we went through and we didn't have the information, that is not this timeline right now. It's a different timeline. Because we've already been in the timeline where she died, which is why we got the game over.
Yes.
So this is a different timeline, which means it's a different branch on the time branch sphere of fucking
Yes, they're different timelines.
Yes. Just represent it with the fucking flowchart, which is the flowchart.
Every time you play this game ever, it's a different timeline. That's just how the game works.
I'm aware, but the thing is that usually, which I'm trying to point out is that
we have to stop. We're literally repeating ourselves.
fine.
I get what you're saying because you're repeating it over and over again, but I'm saying that that's just not how it works, and it's not going to like. Literally, the variables of this conversation are never going to change, and it's going to loop, which I think it has for 5 minutes already.
It's fine. What is it? What do I have to do?
You need to take a smoke break?
No, just
no. Let's take a break.